A very good morning to all. So in the previous class, we were discussing about the famous religion Jainism, and today we are going to discuss about Buddhism and Gautama Buddha. So we'll continue from page number 54. So here you can see the picture of Siddhartha Gautama. He was the founder of Buddhism and he was also the prince of a Gana called Sakya. His father was Sudhodhana, the king of Kapilavastu, and his mother was Queen Maya. He was born in Lumbini forest in Nepal in 566 BCE. And from the beginning itself, Siddhartha Gautama had little interest in worldly affairs and he spent long hours in meditation. And Siddhartha always wanted to know about the outside world. So one day Siddhartha was on a visit to the city and on his way he saw the four sights. That is, he saw a sick man, an old man, a dead person and an ascetic. Here, ascetic means a person who gives up all material comforts, that is, who gives up all worldly pleasures, and he leads a life of self-discipline. So, on his way to the city, Gautama Buddha, he saw the four sights, and these four sights made him realize that sufferings exist in the world, and the sight of ascetic also showed him that there is a way to end these sufferings. So, to find the answers to the problems of suffering, he left his home at the age of 29 and he reached Rajagriha and he became the disciple of two distinguished teachers. But he was not satisfied and he left them and finally decided to find his own path and meditated in the forest near Gaya for 6 years. And finally, with years of meditation, he found the answers to his questions and he attained enlightenment. So, you all know that enlightenment means to gain deep knowledge or understanding about everything in life. So, with years of meditation, Siddhartha Gautama, he found answers to his questions and he attained enlightenment under a peepal tree at modern Bodh Gaya in Bihar. And later on, at this place, the Mahabodhi temple was built. So, after attaining the enlightenment, he came to be known as Buddha or the enlightened one. And he delivered his first sermon. Here, sermon means a talk of religion. So, after attaining the enlightenment, he delivered his first sermon at Sarnath near Varanasi, which was called the Dharma Chakra Pravartana or the turning of the wheel of law. And the Buddha's main teachings are contained in 4 noble truths and the 8-fold path. So, let's discuss about them. So, here we will discuss about the teachings of Buddha. Here, Buddha advocated that our present action, that is karma, whether good or bad, it affects us both in this life and the next life. And he also said that people suffer on their account of desire. Here, desire means on the account of people's want. So, if they conquer the desire, their want, then they can attain nirvana or freedom from cycle of birth and rebirth. So, we can say that the main teachings of Buddha arise from the 4 noble truths. That is, there is suffering in the world. The next one is, each suffering has a cause or reason. The third one is, the cause is desire or thirst, which is also known as tanha. Here, desire means want. That means humans are never satisfied. They want more and more. So, if this wanting to have more never ends, then the suffering will also have no end. And the 4th noble truth says that it is possible to put an end to the sufferings if desire is removed. So, Siddhartha Gautama says that the desire can be removed by following the 8-fold paths. So, let us see what are those 8-fold paths. These eightfold paths are also known as Ashtangika Marga, and they are the right view, right attitude, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. So these are the eightfold paths to remove the desire. And he also urged people to follow the middle path, that is, neither to give up all worldly possessions nor live in luxury. And he was also against the Varna system, and he said that all human beings are equal. He also emphasized on the principle of non-violence, that is ahimsa, and he was also against the killing of animals as part of religious sacrifice. And Gautama Buddha passed away at the age of 80 in 483 BCE in Kushinagar in eastern Uttar Pradesh. So this was about the teachings of the Buddha. Next, we will discuss about the Buddhist sacred literature. So here the Buddhist literature consists of the Tripatikas or the three baskets, and they are the Sutta Pitaka, the Vinaya Pitaka, and the third one is the Abhidhamma Pitaka. So here the Sutta Pitaka, it is a book containing the Buddhist teachings, and the Vinaya Pitaka, it is a book that contains rules for monks and nuns, and the Abhidhamma Pitaka, it consists of philosophical principles. So these are the three baskets. Other important books of the Buddhist are Milinda, Panha and the Jakata, which are actually part of the Sutta Pitaka. Here Gautama Buddha taught in the language of ordinary people, that is Prakrit, so that everybody can understand his message. And Buddhism spread not only in India but also in several other countries, and it became popular in Sri Lanka, Tibet, China, Japan, Burma, Thailand and Indonesia. So this was about Buddhist sacred literature. Next, we will discuss about organization and residence. So here both Jainism and Buddhism encouraged people to leave their home so that they can attain full enlightenment. So the group of such people who left their home often stayed, prayed and meditated and lived together in a kind of assembly which was known as Sangha. And here they were expected to lead simple life and beg for their food. And here the monks were known as bhikkhu and the nuns were known as bhikkhunis. So the rules made for the Buddhist Sangha were written down in the book called Vinaya Pitaka. So this was about the organization and residence. Next, we will discuss about monasteries or Viharas. As you all know that monastery is a building or buildings occupied by a community of monks who dedicated their life for religion. Initially, both Buddhist and Jain monks and nuns, they wandered from place to place teaching and begging for food. But this movement became difficult during the monsoon season because of the bad weather, and the Sangha, they evolved the practice of Vasa or retreat during the rainy season. So this means that the monks and nuns remained in a fixed location for a period of 3 months. So this fixed location was known as Vasa, and over the years the monks and nuns, they felt the need for a permanent shelter. So the monasteries or viharas were built on lands or in the caves donated to the sanghas by rich merchants, kings and landowners, and they began to reside in these viharas throughout the year. And here the Buddhist nuns, they composed beautiful poems which were put together in a book called the Therigatha or the Songs of the Nuns. So this was about monasteries and viharas. Next, we will discuss about the two main groups. So after the death of Gautama Buddha, two groups were formed, that is Mahayana and Hinayana. And here Mahayana is a group of people who considered Gautama Buddha as God. But in Hinayana, it is a group of people who considered Gautama Buddha as religious leader. So after the death of Gautama Buddha, two main groups were formed. They are the Mahayana and Hinayana. So this was about Buddhism and Lord Buddha. Now here you can see you have two activities. The first one is talk about the Greek philosophers given in page number 57, record and submit. And the second activity is write the differences between Jainism and Buddhism on a chart paper and submit in teams. That's all for today. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you.